I'm Brian Kurtz, and I'm here today with Jim Snell. I wanted to go share some information with you in case you feel like you're in a situation where you might need a little bit of help. Jim was in a situation where he needed to sell his place that he was living in Brownstown. And it just kind of worked out that he owed a little bit more on the property than what it was worth, and we helped him overcome that little obstacle. Now, Jim, tell us, you owed about how much on your condo in Brownstown?
My mortgage was what, for still $95,000, somewhere around there.
And was that the loan you originally got when you bought the house, or was that a refinance?
It was a refinance. I did manage to refinance once through the house.
Okay.
I originally bought it for 80 something, to where I refinanced to where now at the time I owe 95, so I got money out of the house, but through the economy and everything going bad in Michigan nowadays, the price of real estate was going up so good for a while, and now it's going back down. So technically, I really couldn't get 95 for that.
Okay.
I mean, I could if I wanted to wait, but for right now, at this point in time, no, I couldn't get that.
Now, you need to make a move right now, if I remember correctly. You work for
Coca-Cola.
Okay, and just because of the way things worked out there, you ended up taking a pay cut.
Yes.
Okay, so everything was, the mortgage, payments were fine up until that change in time in your life, and then all of a sudden things were just not quite as affordable?
Yes. I mean, when I refinanced, it was a few years back, and I was making better money. I mean, I was making decent money, so my payment was higher, and everything was good. And through the events that happened, just took I had to go and take a $3 to $4 an hour pay cut, plus overtime that I was getting a few years back. So I had no overtime.
So that really
straight 40 hours and no overtime, and it's, I just, all of a sudden my checks went from getting bigger to smaller, and I was just barely making the payments. And I mean, if it wasn't for my mom and dad, I borrowed a little bit of money from them here and there to get by.
And they were the ones that were kind of telling you, look, we need to start exploring and actually selling the house so that we can downsize to something a little bit more affordable. Is that
right? Right.
It was just kind of like a family consensus that we need to make some changes.
Yeah.
But then when it was probably right around that time that you had my partner Jackie and I come in and sit down and go over some figures with you, and we looked at the market, and in your particular sub there were 3 condos similar to yours that had sold. One was a foreclosure that sold for 53. One was kind of like yours, maybe not as well kept up, it was like 63, and then there was another one that was active at 73. And then there were a whole bunch that were active. These are houses people couldn't sell. They were priced anywhere from like 83 all the way to 98. And that's why they weren't selling.
Right.
So to actually sell the property, we had to get it priced in the area where those properties were selling, which was between 53 and 70.
Right.
And you owed 95 plus on it.
Yeah.
So even if you sold for 70, you subtract out, the realtor commission, your transfer taxes, title policy, all the stuff that goes into selling a house, and the number there is just huge between what you owed and what you could actually get for it.
Right.
So it was our job, and we took that responsibility on to negotiate with your lender on your behalf in order for them to discount their mortgage in order for you to get out of this situation. And I guess it kind of made sense for them, because if something didn't change, you were probably going to be on the real tracks to foreclosure. Would you agree?
Sure. If it wasn't for my mom and dad helping with money here and there, I would have been. I mean, this has been going on for probably not quite a year now. I mean, it was going on for a few months anyway, 5-6 months before I even got involved with you guys. I mean, it was like, what were we going to do? Well, they helped me make a couple payments, not necessarily my house payment, but I still had a car, I still had this and that. I mean, I had bills coming in everywhere. And so, buying time with them, and it's like, look, I mean, I'm not going to sit here and just, they were like, they were going to do that for so long. They'll help me out, but not forever.
Exactly.
So, this is one thing, yes, that we just took into this, like, if we can get out of this, then we'll get out of it. So.
Okay. And it kind of made sense on the lender's perspective when we put the whole picture together for them.
Right.
It was like,
Before
you're
in
in
the
a
foreclosure.
yeah, I mean, but we showed them, look, this poor guy, I mean, he's in imminent default. Things aren't going to be magically changing for him and getting better, and the market right here is going down right now. It's not
Yes.
coming up, so it's not like if you had to take the house back, you would be able to sell it for any more than he is.
Mhm.
So it kind of made sense for them on their part to go ahead and work with us on that. And so it took a little bit of time, it took a little bit of negotiation, but we got it done for you. And the lender ended up writing off about a little bit more than $35,000 in order to avoid the foreclosure process. So it looks like it worked out good for everybody involved. Jim's able to move to new quarters without having a foreclosure on his record, and the bank was able to get a loan that was going to turn bad off their books. So it ended up working out pretty good. Would you agree?
Yes, I did.
All right. So if anybody else is out there in this situation, would you recommend that they actually, give our team a call? Because some people
Sure.
don't believe we can get this done.
Right, you can get it done.
Awesome. I got a little present for you. There you go.
All right. Hey, the easy button.
That's right. Just
Makes
wanna-
it easy.
That's what we do.
Yep, yeah, and he
That actually
did
works
he did all
too.
the work too. I mean, he worked good and really good job. I think appreciate it.
Well, congratulations.